Hello and welcome. This is the Daily Reset for Success show, and I'm Marion LaSalle. Today with me is my co-host, Lady Lou. Hello.
Hello. Hi, Marion. And hello, everyone out there. We're so glad you're here. This beautiful day. Absolutely wonderful. And we got a great topic for you today.
Yeah. Why is this happening to me?
How many of us have said that?
Or at least thought it, right?
And one of the things that I have said so often is, why, God? And I've often heard that you're not supposed to ask God why. And my answer to that is, why not?
Or he never answers you, so whatever.
He does answer in different ways, so it's okay. But I sometimes very analytical, so I want to know the particulars, and that's why.
Well, I thought we would start out by talking about the daily word. We've kind of gotten off track with that, so I thought, all right, got to get back on it, girls.
It's a good one.
It really is. All right, so I'm going to read the daily word and let's discuss it a little bit. And then we're going to get right into the topic of why is this happening to me?
To
Okay,
me.
all right. So today's word is compassion. Compassion is found at the meeting point of my heart and the hurts of the world, moving me past solving problems into the realm of oneness. As I ground myself in simply being, I become a healing force for good. I then take any needed action that naturally arises from my inner stillness and peace. When I am reflecting on another soul, I can silently affirm, I am you with each inhalation and exhalation. So, what they're trying to say is anytime you say I am, whatever comes after that is magnified. I am lonely, sad, happy, joyful, in pain, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So silently affirm I am you. So if you're thinking about compassion and you're dealing with somebody who's like angry or mean or whatever, um, oh, excuse me just a minute, please. I'm sorry. Hi.
Marion is in her office today, so we'll have to forgive her if she had someone come in. So I'll carry on for a minute. And I want you to notice my new background. I'm still in my own home, but this is a picture that StreamYard will give you to put in your background. So there's Marion back again.
Oh,
So
yeah, I definitely want to talk about your background. Okay, I apologize for that. Normally it's very quiet at lunchtime, and so we chose this time, but she was lost and looking for somebody. Okay.
you left off on compassion.
In my interconnectedness with all life, I recognize that there is also no separation between me and any of my sisters and brothers in this world. As I embrace my presence, I find the oneness that expresses as my heartfelt compassion. I am a vital instrument of the healing activity in this world. So, when you're thinking about compassion, for me, it's when you want to call somebody a jerk that cut in front of you, or that your spouse is yelling at you, or your neighbor's doing something. You can hear them like hurting the dog. Okay, you've got to immediately go into the compassionate stage and say to yourself, "I am you." Meaning, what if that was me and that was happening, and I've got to be compassionate because I've been through things and I've said things, and right? How do you feel about that, Lady Lou?
Well, it's everybody, of course, is different in how they perceive different emotions. And compassion is not a word you hear very much in modern society. So for me, compassion is another word for empathy. You have feelings about what's happening for others. And I have compassion for a lot of things. Sometimes I'm overly sensitive and it strikes me almost. And all of a sudden I have this horrible feeling for whoever or whatever, like if it's an animal or suffering or a person suffering, I take it on and I don't want it, and you don't want it, but it's sometimes part of our being. But compassion is a wonderful, wonderful thing to have in your life, in the moderation, so that it does not affect you terribly, like it sometimes has for me. Do you have that happen, Marion?
This fits right into what we're going to be talking about today. And before we get into that, I do want to talk about your background because you mentioned it while I was being interrupted.
Yeah.
And I've been lost before, so I have compassion for the poor woman. I'm looking for something and I can't find it. So what is happening with Lady Lou is that she is using a green screen. I don't know what it's a
Back, it's a
green
back.
screen background that appears like she's really there. And you show them the other one that you could also have. It's
I can't get back to you. Remember?
okay. So okay, modern technology. Lady Lou doesn't know how to work it, so don't worry about it. I can show you later. I can't use it because, as you can tell, I have a lot of stuff going on here. I have light coming in from the window, and I have different things in my background here. So, it wouldn't show up. But if I had a white background or a green background or even a blue background, it might work. I have blue on today, so it might not, but a lot of people use green screen because most of us are not green. So,
Not.
anyway, it's fantastic because I'm going to show you a full screen of what she looks like. So hold on, I'll be right back.
Isn't it a beautiful living area?
Look at it. Has you have a green, you have a piano back there and everything.
It's just beautiful. And you can do this on StreamYard as well as Zoom. Zoom now has that facility. So I'm just thrilled to death because, the green screen gets a little boring sometimes. I put my little signs up, my little lantern with the little lights, but sometimes you just want something different. I feel so elegant in this picture.
That's great. I love
Elegant.
that.
I do too. Ugh.
Oh, I'm sorry. You'll have to take over.
Oh, okay. She got somebody else coming in. But anyway, there's so many things you can do in technology now if you know how. And Marion teaches me very well, but I don't always get it since I'm a boomer. We didn't grow up with computers, and a lot of the millennials and a lot of the younger generations have had computers most of their life. I didn't learn the computer till I was in my mid 40s. So I'm still catching up. My mentality just doesn't equate with some of the software. And it's okay. It may happen to you too, but just keep plugging away. That's what I've done over the years. And my secret is finding a friend who knows the technology, Marion. And if you ever decide you want to learn more technology, she's the lady to go to. And we have a mastermind. I think we talked about that on a previous show. Her mastermind is marvelous. It's every Tuesday evening at 8 o'clock Central Time. And we have a whole hour. And last night we had 13 people on the screen. We used Zoom, and 13 people showed up. And it's more fun because we can interact with each other. It's like we're in each other's living room or our office, wherever we're at. And it's fun because we can talk to, hey, Shirley, or hey, Kathy, or hey, whoever, how I want to ask you a question. You can do it right there on the screen. And then Marion was teaching us last night about email marketing using MailChimp. So there's so many things that she teaches us. If you're into learning more about technology and email marketing and Patreon. If you haven't got a Patreon channel yet, that's something you're going to want to do because that'll make you money. And it's a free platform. So I was telling them about your mastermind, Marion.
Oh,
Just reminding them.
she's my biggest supporter.
Oh, you better believe it. We
Thanks. Okay, are we ready to go back? Or are you?
are. We're ready.
All right. So this topic comes up because of us being human. And I wrote an article a long time ago about this because typically When we think about the law of attraction, for those of you who have been studying it for a while, you know that everything is a vibration. So when you think a thought, it's a thing. It literally has a vibration. And I'm not saying that you can't have thoughts that are bad. Okay, don't think that I'm telling you that. But what I'm trying to say is, as soon as you recognize it, you need to figure out a way. And there's a lot of different ways. You can have a different way than I do of turning it around, redirecting those thoughts and those feelings. Because the more you think, ah, ah, oh, the more that you stay in that vibration, the more that comes back to you. So, what am I trying to say? If you have that thought, oh my God, why is this happening to me? What have I done? Oh no. Okay, as soon as you recognize that, we need to either reach out to a friend or train ourselves to say, oh, there it is. Now, what kind of a gift is going to come from this happening to me? And it literally could be anything. And I hate to say this, but even a death of a child or a loved one or something horrible that's happening in the world, even those eventually become a gift. And I know that you realize that it may not be today or tomorrow or even a week from now, but eventually it's usually a gift, right? It gives us the opportunity to grow as a human or to um, have more compassion for people. That, this is happening to me. The next time I see it happening to somebody else, I can have more compassion for them, right? So I know it's really hard, especially when it's happening right in the middle of it. But if you can catch it, try to redirect those feelings, then the law of attraction is going to bring you more happiness instead of sadness. Okay, so I'm going to read just a couple of things, and then I want to talk to Louise about how she feels about this.
Okay.
Now, I can't even remember writing this. It's been a long time. There is no such thing as the privacy of your thoughts. They are a megaphone right into the universe's ear. That means that whatever you're thinking about, you're going to attract more of. Worrying and stressing is like praying for what you don't want. Whew, stop worrying about running out of time, money, energy, or love. Know that whenever you spend valued resources in the joyful pursuit of what you love, you will generate more of those things. So, what do we want coming toward us? Don't pray for what you don't want, right? All right. So, before I go on, let's hear from Lady Lou and get her thoughts on this.
Oh, goodness. I have a bunch of them.
I know you do. I told you this is a
I'm
big
just
topic.
waiting. Anyway, one of the ways that I learned years and years ago through the Silva method of canceling bad thoughts is to say the words cancel, cancel. And
Oh,
you
I've
can,
heard you say that.
yeah, you can borrow that. I used to drive people crazy when they said negative things. I go, cancel, cancel. It drove them nuts. And I had to finally quit. I was losing my friends. But you can say it to yourself. Or you can say, one of my late husband's favorite phrases, and I guess I can say this on television. He was very into Shakespeare, and he would say, out, out, damn spot. I mean, say anything that just gets it away from you, or just say, no, and cancel it. And of course, you want to do it in your mind if you're around other people. You can say the words cancel, cancel out loud. Nobody is going to care. They're going to look at you strangely, maybe, but you can say, well, I'm just canceling that negative thought. And it might teach them something. A lot of people don't know how to cancel negative thoughts because we've all got them. Let's face it.
Oh, yes. I don't think there's a human alive that could say, unless they only live for 2 seconds, that that they haven't had negative thoughts about something. Okay, it's just a human thing.
It is.
Uh, uh, I was thinking now, is it animals too? But I don't I don't know. But anyway, I know as a human, we do the ups and we do the downs, and sometimes things really surprise us. Someone bumps our car or they pull in front of us, and whoop, or somebody says something really negative on the phone and you're sitting there going, cancel, cancel, but you don't want to say anything, right?
Yeah, my Silva method teacher used to say she had a favorite when she was driving in particular, and maybe somebody cut her off or did something weird and it upset her a little bit. She said, "That thins my thighs." Oh, why not? Don't we all want thin thighs?
That's funny. That's
I love that. So anyway, you can make up your own, just whatever it is. Just decide to create it so that you don't have to live with that negativity in your being. And it's just so easy to do. And I think all of us have, most of us, let's say, have heard about Emoto, Dr. Emoto, who would take pictures of drops, frozen drops of water. And if he had put them in a glass or a jar and had written the words, "I hate you, you're horrible, awful, awful negative thinkings," on that paper that was on the jar, then he'd take the water out and freeze it and then do it on the under the
I am really sorry.
microwave.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Anyway, we'll continue. But Emoto would take that water drop, the frozen one, and put it under a microscope, and it would be contorted. The drops would be awful. They would just have they were uncoordinated, discombobulated is my word, but they were ugly, just pure ugly. And then he would use the same water, not the one he just put the negative stuff on, but the same water from the same source, and put it in another glass and freeze it, or however he did it. I don't know. But he would write on that one, "I love you. You're beautiful. I affirm you." Anything that was positive, and he put it on that bottle in that, and it absorbed into the water. And then he would freeze it, little drops, and then he would put that under the microscope, and they would be magnificent looking snowflakes. You know how snowflakes are never the same. And they would have the most gorgeous little symmetry. I mean, it was total symmetry. It was beautiful. So you can drink your water. I don't have a glass with me right now, but put a net positive thought on a piece of paper and stick it on your glass. And then, or your water bottle, take that label off and put a beautiful saying on there, or just, "I love you." And your water will be permeated with that thought. I've
Just,
even been known to write it on my arm in
yeah,
ink pen. "I love you." It works. Or put it on a paper and stick it in your pocket.
it's a scientific proven concept. And if you don't believe that thoughts are things, then I would go check out what she's talking about. Dr. Emoto has actual pictures in his book that show the different uh, problems when you're talking negative and you're thinking negative thoughts on this frozen water. It's amazing. It's gnarly. It's brown and gross. It's
Yeah,
true. It's true. You've got to. You've got to check it out. I mean it.
yeah. Emoto is spelled Emoto. Dr. Emoto. Just put that in your Google search and he'll come up. It's a fascinating thing to see what he did. I was blown away because I didn't know that. It was just totally alien because it was nobody ever told me. That's how we learn, though. Somebody has to tell us or show us or mention it, and then we know or we can do our own research. See, Marion is a huge researcher, and so am I. We were talking about something earlier this morning, and I said, "Well, I don't know, but I'll go Google it." Mr. Google knows it all. And I said, "Unless it's Marion," and then Marion knows everything.
Unless I don't, and then it's a bummer.
I love that. But Marion does know tons of stuff. So but this topic could go on forever because it is such a broad topic. And it's something that we can all use in our everyday life. Even when we're going to sleep, if we say, "I'm not sleepy," heck, you're not going to be sleepy. You're going to be up till 1 o'clock. Or if you say, "Oh, I'm just so relaxed," and pretty soon you'll be asleep. Tell yourself what you want. Did you ever think of that?
Yes, I have. It's okay. So one of the things that I know as a human being is that no one is exempt from criticism, suffering, pain, failure. At some point, it's going to strike us all. Every single one of us. None of us can escape it. I don't care how much money you have, how many friends you have, how much love you have in your life. It doesn't matter. You're still going to get it. Okay, you're still going to get something. So quit giving yourself a hard time about it. So you screwed up. So what? Right? Get back up and keep it back up. As many times as it takes. All you have to do is have the right attitude and to keep remembering. So I have, for some reason, my memory comes and goes, and I think to myself, "Oh my God, I forgot to do that. Why didn't I write that on there?" Just like Lady Lou was saying,
Write it on your arm.
write it on a notepad. Keep the books around. Do whatever you have to do. Remind yourself that when you have these thoughts or when bad things happen, that you can immediately go into, "Gee, you know what? Underneath every adversity hides a gift with your name on it. Your name. There's a purpose behind every problem in the universe. It's preparing us for something bigger and better. So just never give up, okay? I know I'm very passionate about this, and you can probably tell, but I feel it. It's because I've had to help my daughter through things, or my grandson, or being bullied. There's all kind. My neighbor. Oh my gosh, there's just all these different things are going on. I have to tell you one thing. Becky and I were watching something on television. We decided to watch a movie, is what we were going to do. And this movie was quite interesting. It was fascinating and everything. But there was a portion of it that was just heartbreaking.
Oh,
It was so bad that I thought, my first thought was, why am I here? This place is disgusting. We are human. We are disgusting human beings. How could we do that to one another? I literally had this thought going through my head, and I had to immediately say, "Can you pause that, please? Please pause this movie. I understand these things happen in the world, and I can't buffer myself from all of it, okay?" And the movie itself was really good, and it was going to continue, and I wanted to continue it. I had to calm down. I could feel my heart pounding. I could hear my thoughts were negative. So I had to say to myself, "Okay, what is this doing for me? What kind of a gift can I get from this a week from now, a month from now, a year from now?" And it really does change how you feel about life and in general, the different things that are going on for yourself and your neighbors and your family and your animals. Okay? Whew, that just remembering it was like, whew, almost broke me out into a sweat.
oh,
It happens to all of us, right?
oh, yeah. I was watching a little video somebody posted on YouTube yesterday. It was an old Paul Harvey movie. I think it was a video. I think it was the title, The Heart of a Farmer. And I was raised on a farmer, and I still consider myself a farmer today. And it was a beautiful tribute to the farmer. But when he got to the part where he said the farmer was stayed up all night to nurse a brand new foal, a little colt, and then watched it die, oh, yeah, I broke down in tears because I'm a horse lover and any animal I love. I don't want to see him die, but the farmer has to live with these types of things in his everyday life. Animals die and they get hurt or you can't help them, and it was a beautiful tribute. Get your Kleenex, your tissue out. It's a three hanky if you have the heart of a farmer too, and it just go to Facebook, yeah, face, no, YouTube. Go to YouTube and type in Paul Harvey, The Heart of a Farmer, I believe was the name, and you can watch it. It was absolutely beautiful. I loved Paul, didn't you, Marion?
Yeah, yeah. I hadn't thought about him for years. My goodness.
We miss him. He was such a part of the American scene. Now we have all this ugliness out there. All these,
Well, okay, so Lady Lou and I have been discussing this for years and years and years, and we have come up with a way to remind ourselves. So remember I was telling you that you could write things on your mirror or on a post-it note or get books and lay them out. Well, what we've decided to do is to create some products with our favorite affirmations and positive thoughts and put them on things like coffee mugs. So as I'm sitting here drinking out of a plain white coffee mug, right? Or a water bottle or a shawl or whatever it is that we can find that we can put this positive message on, we're going to do that. And so it'll be available to us and it'll also be available for sale for you if you'd like to get it. So if you're watching this, I want you to know that we appreciate you and we want to honor you as well. So if you have something that you would like us to create for you, just let us know what it is. If you have a special saying you want on a coffee mug or a water bottle, just let us know. I mean, that's how easy it is. Lady Lou and I are in our creative mode right now, and we're raring to go.
yes, I am. I can't wait for all these good things to come about because I want one of everything. 'Cause Marion is so talented with her technology. She knows how to put stuff on mugs, and t-shirts, and posters, and all kinds of good things. And we can create anything, or she can create anything you can come up with.
Well, okay, so let's talk about that a little bit. Creativity. It starts with a thought. So just because my hands can work the technology doesn't mean that Lady Lou isn't creating this product as well. So it all has to work together. So you have to think a thought, which we were talking about earlier today. You have to think a thought, and that thought can turn into things. Actually, it does. It is a thing, but we want it on a something solid that we can actually see, not just a vibration, right?
Right.
But yes, you're creating. You come up with a lot of really cool stuff.
Right.
I
All,
make it happen, but you're creating it too.
all of us. Yeah. Well, tell them how to reach us, Marion.
Oh, okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
So I know that you would like to converse and have a conversation with Lady Lou. So the best way to do that is to go to her Patreon page. So it's patreon.com/the baby boomer babe. So let me spell that for you in case you are listening to us on a podcast. It's Patreon, patreon.com/the baby boomer babe, BABE.
There you go.
Yep.
And
And
I was telling them if they didn't have a Patreon page yet, that might be something they'd like to have because you can make money with it if patrons come and support you on this site. And Marion knows how to do that too. So Marion is always there for you.
so if you want to contact me or Lady Lou, you can always go through patreon.com/natural curiosity. So natural curiosity, for those of you who don't know, is the overriding thought,
Platform.
yeah, platforms and thought patterns of everything that we do. So we have a Facebook group, we have a YouTube channel, we have a podcast that goes out to all the platforms, and we have, live streams, we have recorded videos, we have events that go on here in Houston, we do webinars. There's just so many things that Natural Curiosity does. And one of them is this particular program, which is
Oh, our show is called Daily Reset for the letter for the number four success. And tell them
yeah.
about our other show.
Oh, on Tuesday nights at 7 p.m., we have another show that's called the. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on! Don't do it. Wisdom chats for the curious.
Oh, we have these little well, I won't call them that, but they just all of a sudden our brains just stop working.
Wisdom chats for the curious.
wisdom chats for the curious. And I went and got these for both of us. Hers is at home. Our hoot owls. Because, hoot owls are very wise. There
That's
we go.
right.
And I just love this little guy. He's in some of the videos that we've done. But everybody has wisdom. And the older you get, the more wisdom you get. That's where we are, right, Mary?
That's right. Isn't that the truth? So, I want to talk a little bit. I know we're running out of time, but I want to talk a little bit about why we decided to do this. Are we perfect? Do we have audio problems? Computer problems? People don't show up when they're supposed to? Think technology doesn't work? Does that stop us? So, what is stopping you from sharing your gifts to the world? I want to know because I think I can help you overcome that. I think I can help. Lady Lou and I both can help you. So, one of the products or services that Lady Lou offers is hypnosis. And so, if you would like a hypnosis session, you can go to her Patreon page and look that up as well. So, there's a lot of different ways. You can read books, you can hang around the right people, you can get hypnosis, you can watch shows like this. There's classes you can take, webinars you can watch. There's so many different ways. Just stay on the path of what feels good. Until next time, create a fantastic day for yourself.
We love you.
Yes, we do. We love you.